Hello. Sorry I'm late, y'all. May have gotten a little bit distracted by the Grammys. Doing my best, though. Doing my best. Huh. There we go, there we go. Notes out. Okay. Things I gotta close out. There. Hey, Sandy. Alright. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the General Hospital After Show. I am your host, Dion Gabriel. And let's just quickly jump into things because I'm late, for one. And for another, I just want to get the elephant in the room out of the way. As quickly as possible. There's a blizzard in Port Charles that coincides with the polar vortex here in the real world, which is impressive that GH managed to pull that off because I don't think they've ever gotten the weather right on the show. But a blizzard in a soap usually means people are about to get trapped together and sparks will inevitably fly. Unfortunately, those sparks somehow landed on Danny and Charlotte, who share a kiss while being stranded at the Quartermain Mansion after Charlotte ditched Lulu at the Metro Court to try and see Valentine. The problem with that is that they are legitimately blood relatives. They are cousins. Danny's mom is Sam. Charlotte's dad is Valentine. They are both Cassadines, making them, yes, Angel or Sandy, kissing cousins. So I don't know. It's truthfully, I cannot tell if the writers just blatantly forgot or if it'll actually get addressed. But whatever the case, I don't want to see it. I don't want to watch it. I didn't even watch it. I was lucky enough for it to get spoiled before I could. So I skipped those particular scenes because I just did not want to see it. Nope. And I was really liking Charlotte, the new actress, and I was really liking Danny. Like, Like, listen, it was bad enough when the writers decided to interrupt Sasha and Cody by suddenly making them cousins after they had already been trying to get together romantically. But when the audience is already aware, it certainly creates a firestorm. I've already seen tons of soap reviewers on YouTube that have shared their disgust with it, and I'm in the same boat. But yeah, I can't. I don't know what they were thinking. Danny and Charlotte are kissing cousins. And Drew's a groomer, you know? So. Oh. Shitty characters doing shitty things. Alright. But yeah, they sent the snow over here to Atlanta. Oh dear. Angel said I voted the whole episode because of that mess. I went to JSMS 99's YouTube because they split it, like, by character scenes. So, yeah. Money Mac, you said, I'm surprised ABC even allowed this to happen. So here's the thing. I can't tell if GH, like, forgot. Because it's not out of the realm of possibility that the writers just weren't paying attention to the family tree, but like the audience sure noticed, and then they had the gall to like put it on screen on like their socials, and of course the chat in the socials or the comments in the socials are just as disgusted by it. Angel, you said, I am troubled by the ones on the internet defending this mess. I am too. It's disturbing to me. Like I'm not on soap Twitter, so I don't know what's going on there. But I'm on Soap Central, and there's people defending it. Like, oh, well, there's second cousins. It's, like, barely... And I'm like, no. They're second cousins by blood. There is blood relation there. There's blood ties there. Like, no. Gross. No. There are too many damn people on this planet to be dating your own bloodline. For real. For real. There are plenty of fish in the sea, Danny and Charlotte. Ugh. It's just gross, and honestly, it's like, it's making me not want to watch this show right now, and I hate that. But it's almost like ruined the whole sweeps month for me, and it's only the first today. Like, hey Brooklyn. Yeah, it's only the first. Oh, sorry, LLM, you were saying, I don't know what is worse, Elizabeth Corte, historian, for forgetting Jewish history or purposely choosing to ignore it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Surely someone there. Like, I know that the writers probably want to forget Sam a little bit, but, like, Alexis is still on the show. They established that they're cousins. It's not that hard of a thing to remember or realize. I don't know. Oh lordy. But yeah, so I got nothing more to say on them. It's just gross to me, and I do not want to see it. And that's that on that. So moving on. All right, let's talk about Carly and Valentine. So Carly was at the Metro Court when Charlotte had decided to escape, and when she went back to her place to see if she was there, Valentine freaked out because, of course, the blizzard had already hit Port Charles, and Carly did her best to reassure him that Charlotte is resourceful and smart. Not that smart if she's kissing her cousin, though. I just can't, you guys. But, you know, that the last thing that she would do is go out in a very insane blizzard and risk getting caught or dying for her, because Charlotte would never forgive herself if she found out that he died because of him trying to rescue her. You know, it's like, I don't know. Ugh. I mean, to be fair, she did try, and then the blizzard was too much, and they went to the guest house, I think, judging by the pictures. But, But yeah. Brooklyn, you're loving Carly and Valentine's friendship? Yeah, I'm, you know, Carly and Valentine, they had kind of a moment of mutual respect while kind of talking about this. But Carly also clocked him for having bad taste in women since he was with Nina for a long time. Speaking of which, the whole reason Charlotte wanted to go and see Valentine is because she overheard Nina talking to Jack and realized that she's betraying Valentine for Jack. Girl, you could have just brought that to Carly. You didn't have to go and escape and go see your father for that. And Carly was in the same building with her at the time. They were both in the Metro Court. And I don't know. And furthermore, like, if Charlotte had told Carly would have probably put two and two together and realized that Nina probably went to Jack to get rid of the evidence of Willow being at Drew's house. And then maybe she would have warned Michael. But yeah, now, despite the blizzard, Carly gets a visit from Jack, who checks in on her. And she has to sell her excitement and love to see him, while Valentine hides in the attic, hoping he doesn't get busted. And they end up making love. Ooh, Carly had to mentally prepare for that one. Anyway, would you guys like to see a Carly and Valentine pairing? I'm curious. Let me know in the chat. Sandy, you just said, is there a new couple with Carly and Valentine? Maybe. I mean, it would make sense for them to get together, I suppose, because they're both teaming up to bring Jack down. And they both have daughters that they're trying to protect from this man. So, you know, something to bond over. Carly is seeing a different side to Valentine than she's used to, and Valentine seeing a different side to Carly as well. And also, like, it would be kind of funny to see them get together and see Nina's reaction to it. I think that would be funny. But, you know, the problem is, like, Valentine is a wanted fugitive, and, you know, he can't just, like, hide forever. So we'll have to see, you know? We'll have to see what goes on. Alright. Now, Windermere being recast. We're going to talk about Windermere in a moment, Lil M, because I found the building that they used for Windermere. But we're gonna talk about that in a few minutes. Right now, let's get into Lulu and Nathan real quick. Now, after Charlotte had gone missing, Lulu obviously panicked and tracked Nathan down to help find her after picking up Rocco from the hospital. They dropped Rocco off at the queues, where of course he figured out that she was there. But Lulu and Nathan got stranded at a restaurant in town after crashing in a ditch when a tree nearly fell on them off screen. To pass the time, Nathan and Lulu drank while playing Two Truths and a Lie, and during that game, Nathan mentions the whole periodic table, and the story he spins about how he knows it doesn't quite make sense. Not that Lulu took much notice to it, but it was obviously there to kind of make the audience realize there's something off here. The two of them ended up in a kiss, and apparently Nathan has supposedly been falling for her the whole time. Despite Nathan having no memory of the last 7 years, you'd think he'd still be head over heels for Maxie. Although maybe you can argue that because of their similar situations, Lulu and Nathan, you know, he's feeling vulnerable right now, and she's been kind of a rock to him the whole time. She's been advising him on how to be a good parent to James, and giving her perspective from being in a coma for 4 years, and the adjustments she had to make when getting to know her kids. But I don't know. Lulu and Nathan kissing, that's good drama. Yeah, like, it makes sense, and I think all of us called it, you know? We're like, if there's anyone gonna be... If Lulu and Nathan end up stuck together in a blizzard, we know a kiss is bound to happen. That's just what happens on soaps. Sparks fly when you're trapped together. Now, obviously, Lulu said that they can never get together because Maxie would never forgive them. And even though Maxie is in a coma, Kirsten Storms is actually already back on set. So it's only a matter of time before we see her again. Maybe she'll show up in Port Charles for during the blizzard. I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm looking forward to seeing Kirsten Storms back, however they bring her back. Now, probably... Hold on, what are you guys saying in the chat? I'd rather see Carly and Valentine than Charlotte and Danny. Me too. At least Valentine and Carly aren't blood related. That part. Brooklyn, you said, I wouldn't mind Carly and Valentine, but only if he's staying. Valid. Alright, now, moving on. Probably the most entertaining part of this Blizzard storyline so far is watching Jocelyn go rogue against Jack. Against Jack's orders, to try and solve the mystery of what Sidwell's been up to on Spoon Island. She cuts the power at Windermere so she could sneak over to see what's hiding in the catacombs. However, before she heads over to the island, we see her look through a pair of binoculars, and Windermere looks very different. Windermere, if you guys remember the wide shot that they used to show, it was on a cliff. Windermere was this old-looking castle thing, and the cliff was gigantic, by the way. Like, this is like no small hill. Like, this is a huge cliff that just drops off into Lake Port Charles. And now that cliff is gone, and the cliff is where the catacombs were. So, like, where are the catacombs now? The catacombs were in that cliff. Where's the cliff? Cliff is gone, but Anna's still down in the catacombs somewhere. Where is that lab supposed to be, y'all? You've been trying to find the original Windermere cast picture on YouTube? Well, it's look for the black and white ball storyline, because they constantly showed the outside of it Certainly in the first part of the story. Did they lose copyright to show Castle Windermere? I don't see how they would. You know what I mean? Like, GH, like, they made that. And it feels like they showed Windermere as the castle just a few years ago as well, like, as a repeat. That was an insult to us fans. I agree. Yeah, that was kind of embarrassing. Now, furthermore, Windermere used to look like a castle, right? But now it looks like a Marriott hotel. And in actual fact, what it really looks like is the Maritimes Museum in Amsterdam. Because it actually is. And I can prove it. If you guys want me to show you it, I can show you that building. It is the actual building in Amsterdam. That is the Museum of the Maritimes. I shit you not. It is the actual building. I don't even know if they can, like, if like that building can actually sue GH. I wonder if they got permission to use it as a backdrop to something else, because that's crazy to me. Sandy, you said I hope Jason finds Anna. I believe you. Yeah, like if Google it if you want. Like, I did post a picture of it in the post tab on my channel, but like, yeah, exactly, Lil. Like, they literally had Windermere and a blackout that they could have used again. It does look like that. It doesn't just look like that. It is exactly that. It is window for window, position for position, door for door. The logo on the top of it is the exact same. The flag in the middle. It is that building being used as Windermere's backdrop currently. They just pasted it onto an island. I mean, to be fair, like, that building in Amsterdam is like right on the port as well. But, like, I don't know. It's exactly that building. Oh lordy. Someone should tag that establishment. So GH will be forced to go back to the old Windermere. Alright, so back to the plot though. Jocelyn, you know, like I said, she caused the blackout at Spoon Island. She made her way there. And because of the outage, Sidwell, Ava, Lucas, and Marco headed into the mainland, as did Britt just a little bit earlier to try and beat the blizzard. She didn't. More on that in a minute. But Jocelyn makes her way to Spoon Island, but soon she learns that she's not alone. She sees Callum there, the WSB agent that's been demanding Jack listen to him so much. The same agent that she overheard Jack confessing to about not really being into Carly. Whether or not he was trying to protect her or is serious is debatable. Let me know what you guys think about that. Callum is definitely suspicious of her, but I think secretly enjoying her company regardless. I mean, it beats taking care of Anna Devane probably. And Jocelyn is definitely finding clues about Faison and Anna while hanging out with him. She finds the book where Anna is on the cover. And I don't know how much she knows about Faison himself, but she's got clues there at her disposal that Anna might be down there. Poor Anna, she's been questioning her sanity because she's having this conversation with a voice behind a window that sounds exactly like Faison. That is actually Ender's voice, who played Faison. And with the storm, the power had been flickering, and when the lights went out, he entered the room, and we see the back of someone's head who resembles Faison. But because of the Einstein wig purchased from Temu on his head, I'm willing to bet it was just Callum that she's hallucinating to be Faison. Poor woman. And she's been sitting in the dark ever since, I guess, because Callum's busy upstairs with Jocelyn. So I don't know. Brooklyn said finally Britt tells Jason. Yeah, let's talk about Britt and Jason. So, as I mentioned, She left Spoon Island slightly before the rest of the Windermere's guests and I can't even talk. And habitants. But I guess her boat capsizes, and she fell in the water, and Jason happened to be there to spot her and rescue her. All of this happened off screen. I guess the budget is now too small to have a repeat of that iconic shot of Jason on a speedboat heading towards Windermere on the Black and White Ball storyline in 2007. It was CGI as hell, but to the credit of whoever created all that, we seen Jason on a speedboat in the water heading towards the actual Spoon Island, and we could see Spoon Island and we could see the castle, and it was impressive by GH's low budget standards, but apparently they are now too low to even do that, because all of that happened off screen. But yeah, so they take refuge in some small cabin nearby, and Britt, so grateful for the rescue that she confesses everything she knows about Sidwell and her father's operation. And they make love. But they have to be clandestine from here on out if they're going to pull this off, so once they leave this blizzard cabin refuge, they will have to keep up the charade and find a way to bring him down secretly. But yeah, I am glad that Britt told Jason everything. I don't know, this just feels like a rushed sweep stunt. Like, I'm pretty sure the blizzard's already over by tomorrow. But I am glad that it got Britt and Jason to this point, though. But yeah, I can't help but wonder if Tracy and Martin will be in the same position. She, of course, was planning on getting all of the family heirlooms back from Drew's place, with Drew incapacitated and Willow staying at Nina's. She thought that she'd have run of the place, but Martin was there for some reason, and Gio and Emma were supposed to meet her there, but they got stranded at Emma's place because of the blizzard as well. So it's just Martin and Tracy, and after sparring for a bit, they did seem to come to an understanding about each other by the end of the last time we saw them. Like, she, Martin's reason for going after Tracy for as hard as he did was because he essentially ruined her relationship, his relationship with Lucy, and then broke them up. And then when Martin realized that it was Tracy duping them, Lucy slept with Scott for real. Tracy was like, it was only a matter of time before she did that anyway. And she called him out for having a type of woman, women that don't really need him and are just kind of money hungry. And Martin sort of understood why Tracy is the way she is, and how she's so guarded, because she lost the last love of her life in Luke. And I'm glad that she talked to Martin about Luke a little bit. And Martin obviously made notice that Luke was the love of Laura's life, but different times. Laura and Luke had already been divorced several years, and then they got together, got fake married, and they got really married, divorced, and then remarried again. But yeah, I'm glad Tracy is still mentioning Luke. As we know, there will be an episode tribute to him at the end of this month. I think February 20th it's supposed to be. Whether or not it's story-based or if it's like just a standalone episode about Tony Geary, I don't know. We'll see. Sandy, you said, I see another new couple with Tracy and Martin. They would be hilarious together. Yeah, I mean, I think the writing's been on the wall that they might put them together. My guess is, in the previews, they show that Brooklyn is terrified because Tracy's missing. And I just feel like they're going to go to Drew's house and walk in on Tracy and Martin sleeping together. That's what I think. That is what I think. Standalone by the commercial. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I think they skipped over Jason and Britt's love scenes really. The only thing I didn't catch on that episode was like the montage. I know there was one, but because I was watching it on JSMS 99's channel, like they had it in parts because of it was like character split by character. So I don't know. One stranded duo that probably won't reach a complete understanding is Trina and Portia. Portia decided to pay Trina a visit during a blizzard because she figured it would be a way that Trina wouldn't just turn her down and turn her away. And honestly, the whole conversation gave me the ick. Portia basically forcing Trina to have a conversation with her instead of giving her space. Trina calling the father that raised her for the first 20 years of her life by his name instead of dad. First time she's actually mentioned him, by the way, since we seen him drunk on the floor at Bobby's a couple years ago. We haven't seen him since. We haven't heard her usher his name even once since then, or utter his name. But yeah, also Portia stubbed her toe at one point. I'm convinced she did it just to get Trina out of her room after going to bed, to scare her into thinking something went wrong with the baby. Like, everything that I seen during those scenes just felt so manipulative from Portia. Like, something just seemed off about it to me. And maybe I'm the only one that got that vibe, but that was the vibe I was getting. You let me know if you were getting that same vibe. But yeah, like, now don't get it twisted, by the way. I do think Trina's been acting childish with her reaction towards the end of their relationship. And, you know, she seems a little bit delusional when it comes to how it ended, mostly putting the blame on Portia when it took two to tango. So I'm glad that Portia mentioned that. Be like, no, it's not just me here. There were other things going on. Of course, Drew's situation is a factor. But, you know, Jordan, I mean, Curtis was going to Jordan for every little thing that was going wrong with their relationship. And that's his ex. And while they denied, like, oh, there's nothing there, we're just friends, like, again, they fully admitted to each other, Jordan and Curtis, that they never really stopped loving each other. So Portia was not wrong about that. Alright? Now, you know, I know Portia also called Trina out for like giving Jordan a free pass, essentially. So I like that too. But yeah, like I said, I just think that Portia's being just as childish in how she went about forcing Trina to spend time with her. Just be grateful she didn't kick you out on your butt back in the cold, okay? Instead, she's there demanding tea and attention instead of being grateful that she didn't get kicked out, you know, on into the blizzard again. So I don't know. Like, obviously, I get a parent wanting to fight for their relationship with their daughter, and, you know, mistakes were made on Portia's part, obviously, and she doesn't want her daughter to make the same mistakes, but she reassures her that, you know, even if you were to make mistakes in your own life, I would still be there and love you as your mother. So I don't know. Lil Emmy said, I feel the writers want Curtis and Jordan to be seen as right, but they are not. They absolutely had an emotional affair Curtis's entire marriage. That part! See, and I agree with you there. Like, for a long time, I actually was like, yeah, like, neither of them are really saying anything to each other. And Jordan wasn't really saying anything to anyone else either, at first. And so I was like, well, you know, maybe Portia is seeing things that aren't there. But then it obviously became a lot more obvious down the road. And at that point, I'm just like, you're doing exactly what Portia thinks you're doing. So, I don't know. They're all messy. There's no innocent party in that group of three people. But yeah, that was GH in a nutshell this week. I know it wasn't too long of a live stream, but you know, it is what it is. So what exactly is Curtis doing that Willow didn't do? Well, Willow did kind of bring her children into it. and let Drew kind of make all the decisions for her. So Willow did a lot worse. You can try to defend her, Kaiwan, like you always do, but Willow is a piece of shit. like I would say that Jordan, Curtis, and Portia are messy, but Willow is mentally ill. Like, she's literally mentally ill and not capable of making decisions to protect her children. But, you know, at least she's entertaining now. I'll give her that. Willow's gonna become my favorite if we get to see her torture the shit out of Drew now. It's a little bit too late, you know, like, she blew up her life, and she's, you know, inevitably she will eventually get caught for doing whatever she's planning on doing, but it's just like, I don't know, it's just the thing that we need as viewers to see. At this point, like, they dragged out this story for so damn long that at least let us enjoy Willow torturing Drew while he's incapacitated. He can't move, he can't react, he's just locked in to his body. Presumably, like, the vibe that I'm getting, because we haven't seen Drew since what happened to him, but it seems like Drew will be, like, alert, like, his eyes will be open, he'll be able to see things, hear people, all that stuff, but he won't be able to move at all. And so she's just gonna have to, like, I feel like she's gonna do all the things he does not want her to do, including, like, screw up his own business, make decisions about Scout going back to Alexis, having the restraining order against Danny dropped completely. Like, I think she's gonna do all that just to torture Drew, and I am here for it. Oh man, oh man, oh man. But yeah, you guys, that's it. So just to summarize, if you missed the first bit of it, I cringe at Danny and Charlotte. I do not want to watch their scenes from here on out. I hate the recast of Windermere. And again, if you missed it, it is literally the Amsterdam Maritimes Museum. Google it. It is the building that they're using for Windermere now, instead of a castle. So does that mean we're not even going to see, like, the turret where, like, everyone has fallen off before anymore? That's such a bummer. I liked that set. And the most entertaining part of the week for me was Jocelyn. We did have a bit of a location shoot for Jocelyn's, like, blow up the fuse and cause a blackout for Windermere. Oh, something else that I love, just as your resident Canadian here, okay? Like, a blizzard in Port Charles, the way that they're making it out to be, like, that just seems like a snowfall where the snowflakes are kind of heavy, like, or, like, big looking, but it doesn't, like, that's not blizzard weather, that's just Alberta in winter. Like, blizzard to me, like, the snow has to be coming down, but it has to be, like, going down sideways, wind, like the whoosh sound, all that, for me to consider it, like, a legitimate blizzard. And this just seems like a beautiful snowfall that is happening, that everyone's making a big deal out of, just being overly dramatic about, which is not untrue. Like, I will say, in watching the real world and seeing, like, news reports on places that aren't used to getting this much snow, like, them panicking, being like, oh man, like, the roads, you know, the snow is just pushed to the side, but, you know, like, it's very, like, this, it's getting warmer now, and it's going to be slushy, but also it's going to be freezing, and it's going to turn to ice, and it's going to be an icy death trap. And I'm like, yes, that is winter in Alberta, all winter long. That is what we deal with for, like, 5 months of the year. Like, I'm just like, polar vortex, well, you know, it's just funny. It's funny. Hasn't felt like that since 2016. Hi, Maverick Man. show are low for months now. Well, I mean, when they're putting like I said, like they dragged out that Willow and Drew storyline to oblivion till it was no longer entertaining for everyone, and by the time they got to the trial, everyone just wanted it to be over. Now it's just time for Willow to torture Drew, and that's the only thing that might salvage it, but I don't know. It's well deserved for the low ratings. Now, before I end the stream, we are going to be live streaming Wednesdays again, all month long, now that we are in February. And we're paying homage to the legendary Luke Spencer. And we're going to be watching like full episodes from some of his most iconic storylines. And I think we're going to take a poll because, like, we have options, obviously. Luke and Laura have a lot of iconic storylines in the 80s. There's the left-handed boy. There's the Ice Princess storyline. There is the Aztec Princess from when they came back after leaving the show. And, of course, their return to the Port Charles in the 90s as well. And for the month of February, during Wednesdays, we're going to watch episodes of one of those particular storylines, just so we can get like the highlights of them. I'll try to find like the best of the best episodes from those storylines. Heard the tribute for Geary will be a bit of a letdown. Well, I mean, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. So in the meantime, I'm going to have my own damn tribute to Tony by watching his most iconic storylines. So, yeah. What I think we will do is I'll put up a poll as soon as I'm done streaming here on my post tab on my channel and take a vote on which one you want to see for this month. And then we'll go from there. A left-handed boy storyline, it had to do with Frank Smith and his little black book and some hidden funds that Luke has to track down. And it's weird, like I don't want to spoil it, but like essentially where it's found has to do with a left-handed boy. I mean, it's in, like, the context of, like, a treasure hunt, so to speak. Like, it's obviously a metaphor for something that eventually gets found, but, you know, that's what it is. And the left-handed boy storyline is also, like, the first on-the-run story that Luke and Laura had. It happened on the cuffs of Laura's wedding to Jennifer Smith. Scott found out that Luke was Laura's rapist and beat him up, and you know, he knocked him off of the ship that him and Jennifer were supposed to get married on. Laura found him and they went on the run together. So, and it became this crazy big storyline that was must-see TV, and it really put Luke and Laura and GH on the map in terms of you know, just television and daytime soaps. That's the story that really changed the history, or changed soap history, and changed the way that soaps did storylines. It was a whole thing that was on location. It was these larger than life stories where, you know, they're taking on personas, they're having like these magical like moments together, dancing in a department store after closing. All this stuff that really like skyrocketed GH and the presence of Luke and Laura. So yeah. And it was back in the days where the mob people were the bad guys and they were the ones that had to be taken down. Fillmore. Do you know what the department store was named when it premiered? Oh no, the store wasn't called Windermere. It was called Wyndham. Wyndham. And GH still mentions Wyndhams as well. But it's not Windermere. It's Wyndhams. Like I think it was like Widhams. So similar name, but not connected. Wyndham's department store. Alright, but yeah, as soon as I end the stream, I will make a poll about that. How do I feel about Lulu and Nathan? I guess I didn't answer that earlier. I get it. And they have decent chemistry. It does create angst, but I don't know how I feel because, well, first of all, we don't know how Maxie's going to react to Nathan being back. And if she just, like, hops right back to Nathan, I'm going to feel damn bad for Spinelli, who loves her, adores her. They've created this life together, but, you know, Spinelli's got to be nervous for what could happen when Maxie wakes up, which will be soon. So yeah. I don't hate the idea of them, Coretta, but I don't know. I feel like what will end up happening is, well, Maxie hasn't dated Nathan in almost 8 years. I mean, maybe so, but like, she'd still be with him if he wasn't killed. You know what I mean? Like, if Nathan was an option, who's to say that she wouldn't go right back to Nathan? We don't know that she's only managed to fall in love with Spinelli because Nathan's not around. Would she have eventually gone back with him if he was around the whole time? I don't know. You know? Like, losing Nathan really wrecked her. And made her vulnerable to just be out of character. And, you know, she ended up with Peter August as a result. So, you know, and for me, it felt like Maxie wasn't Maxie for a very, very long time. Her character changed drastically for many, many years, and it was only until, you know, the last year, really, where Maxie started to seem like herself again. So, yeah, I don't know how I feel. I don't hate it. I think it's going to be played as Nathan and Lulu are going to be secretly sleeping around while Maxie's falling back in love with her again. Polyamory could solve that debacle. I mean, hey, it's 2026. You know, that's a thing. We haven't had a poly relationship on GH. I think we almost did with, like, with Lucas, Brad, and Felix, right? A little bit of a trio there. But, didn't quite pan out that way. Alright. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning into the live stream, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, give this video a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to. I'd be really grateful for it. As soon as I end the stream again, I'm going to put up a poll on my page. So, like, wait 5 minutes. Go to the poll and let me know which Luke and Laura storyline from the 80s you want to watch for the month of February. And we will be watching episodes from that storyline every Wednesday in February. We're not watching every single storyline because there'd be like 100 episodes to go through, and we're not doing that. I will gladly show you the playlist where these storylines exist, and y'all can see the whole thing for yourselves, but we'll watch the highlights for February. And who knows, we'll probably like go back and forth between like Wednesday live streams, like February, maybe not do them in March, go back to them in April, so on and so forth. I haven't decided that part yet, but for February we're watching them every Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. And of course on Sundays we'll be doing this, recapping General Hospital, as long as we're not sick to our stomachs with the incestuous cousins that are Charlotte and Danny. I hope it was just a lack of knowledge on the writer's part and they just quickly recant it. That is my hope. Alright, but I will catch you guys on the flip side. I will see you this Wednesday for another live stream. Good night. Mwah.